Okay, well, I don't know if the audio is coming through anyway. This is real ugly. We'll have to do another one in a minute, but welcome. My name is Mitch Browne with Green Beach Company. Thanks for watching. Let's see. We're going to talk about today just a few frequently asked questions that I get as a career coach. And yeah, it's going to be a little ugly the first time through, I'm sure, but we'll refine this and try to get online a few times a week, update this stuff, get people excited about kicking off their job search, all that good stuff. Anyway, saw an article today about how 50% of job openings aren't posted online. I actually probably think that's maybe even low based on my experience. And the weird thing is, think about the 50% of jobs that do make it online. These are ones that couldn't be filled internally by people directly known by the company or by referrals, probably even by recruiters, at least the first path. Only after all those avenues are exhausted do people go to the online route, call for resumes online. So just something to think about. Don't make your job application process so reliant on online applications. So you hate your job, you want out, you're not paid enough, you don't like your boss, whatever the reason is. Don't think of dumping in 2 or 3 applications online every week as a really highly productive activity. It's great, and I always coach up people I work with to include that as part of their job search, but it really shouldn't be the cornerstone. If anything, it actually is kind of the lowest quality and lowest likelihood of actually working. And when I mentioned earlier the aspects of job applications that are above it in rankings, think about likelihood of getting a job. So first is internal, right? It's jobs at the place you currently work. Okay? Those are by far the easiest. They know you. You're top of the list. If you're at all qualified, you'll probably get it. So if you're looking for a new job, that's the first place to start. Next is a direct network. This literally means that the hiring manager knows someone who's a good fit. So these are the high likelihood, and I always encourage people to make sure that your network, especially your close network, that might be the 10 or 20 people you know best from a work standpoint, that they all know that you're looking so that when something pops up, you're front of mind. So internal, direct networking, one level removed of networking, super powerful. This is how I've gotten many of the jobs early in my career. The best way, I think, is when people know that you're looking, and then they are out there looking for you. So think about it. If there's 10 people out there, decently senior ranking people, and they all know you're looking, they're kind of looking for you. And people love setting up other people. It's kind of like dating. They love setting someone up. Don't underestimate the power of putting your network to work. And especially when you're reaching out to someone, not even asking for a job, but just asking for them to keep their eyes open, that's huge. You want to make sure that you're reaching out to basically anyone you've worked with in the past, went to school with in the past, old bosses, people you've met, vendors you've worked with, your boss's boss at a prior place of work can be a great asset. They're someone who's probably well connected. Tapping that network and working through LinkedIn and email is huge. I would say that you're highly likely to get your job from one of those 3 spots, either internal, someone you directly know, or someone they know. And then further down the list, but I think underused sometimes, is also recruiters. And people can be intimidated or not necessarily understand how recruiters work. And they are, by and large, paid by the hiring company to find good candidates. So they typically, it's organized by industry. So if you're in finance or accounting, which is my background traditionally, there are recruiters in the Los Angeles area that focus on finance and accounting jobs. And so when Disney has an opening in their accounting department, they have a short list of trusted recruiters that they go to saying, hey, do you have anybody with 8 years of public filing experience, SEC experience, revenue recognition experience, whatever it is. And these recruiters have a network of people that they try to stay in contact with so they can say, oh, I actually do. I know somebody. Mitch has that experience. He's available. He's looking. He'd be perfect. And that can get you in the door. That's far superior than if you just try to go apply to Disney online directly. You're going to be one of hundreds of applications, and unless you're a Harvard grad with a Harvard MBA and just a gleaming resume, you're probably going to be stuck somewhere near the bottom of that list. So you want to make sure you're reaching out to recruiters. It can be intimidating, but understand that they love hearing from potential job applicants, right? They love having someone, especially if you're good, that they know is actively looking for a job, that is willing to leave their current job and join something new. And just so you know, the way recruiters are paid, and people probably know this, you basically, they get some amount of fee. So in the case of Disney, Disney might pay 20 or 30% of your first year's salary to the recruiter as the headhunting fee. As a note, you should never pay recruiters. That their fee should always come out of the hiring company's side. Just keep that in mind. So as you go through, you want to look internally where you're working. You want to reach out to the people you know that might have might be able to hire you directly. You want to reach out to your close network and your kind of secondary network, people that know your style of work. Let them know that you're looking and you're interested in moving. They can be huge advocates for you. Then you want to have recruiters. I recommend reaching out to 2 or 3. You can be honest with them and say, I've talked to 2 recruiters. Love to see any opportunities you have in filling your geography, your industry, etc. They can go to work for you. And then you layer on the online job hunt as well. Those are longer shot, but I think it is another important way. I actually got a job at Yahoo in their corporate finance role via online application. I think I applied, this is probably 09, 08. I applied, didn't hear back for a year, and actually got called back on a completely different opportunity. It was a great time there, great group. So it can work, but don't rely on the online application. So let's see. And I apologize. I'll have to figure out that watermark that keeps popping up. That's hideous. Maybe I'm just trying to pony up maybe I can find a free version that doesn't have that watermark pop up in there. So I just talked about different avenues for applying to jobs, where you can find the job. Don't let it be overwhelming, because just like the resume building process, the application process, interview process, the biggest holdup oftentimes is just getting overwhelmed and not doing anything. Similar maybe to working out. Just get started. You can perfect your approach down the road, but don't let perfect be the enemy of good, I think is the phrase. So don't wait until your resume is ready to award worthy. Get it done. Have someone review it, get it out the door, right? Don't agonize over the language in an email to an old colleague. Think about it, be thoughtful, make it well written, but get it done in 10, 15 minutes and send it, and then use that template to other people and start taking action. So I encounter so many people, I've got to say 90+% of the people I talk to who are not pleased with their job. That's probably an understatement, right? They really don't like it. They want something new. 90% of them never do anything. So I've stopped asking this of people, but sometimes if someone's complaining about their job, and I'll say, oh, well, where else have you applied? And they haven't applied anywhere. It takes an awful lot for most people to actually pull the trigger on looking for a new job, which I think is unfortunate, because typically we put up with way, way too much. And so someone who doesn't like their job doesn't apply or look anywhere else. They wait, and 1 or 2 or 5 years pass, and they reach a point where they're regretting that they didn't take action in the first place, right? They wish they had applied and done something years ago. And so remember, looking isn't the same as leaving. So it doesn't hurt to go see what else is out there. Maybe you'll find out that the job you have actually is paying you pretty well, that you are getting good money for the industry. Whatever it is, take action. Don't regret not taking the action. It's not that hard. I shouldn't say that. It's not difficult, most of the aspects of finding a new job. It just takes determination. You just got to do it. It's a little bit like working out. Yeah, it's just kind of miserable to go on a jog. You don't want to. It's not hard. And once you go, you actually are glad you went. But it's just hard to, I speak from experience, to get up off the couch and go work out. But I encourage people that are fed up with their job and sick of it, don't just stick it out for another year or 2 and hope it gets better. Yeah, you can hope it gets better, but you might as well be looking at the same time and do some of these activities. It's not, like I said, it's not difficult, but it does take a certain amount of planning and intention to move forward. But move forward. See what else is out there. You owe it to yourself and your career. And if not, maybe you're not actually that sick of your job. Maybe your boss isn't that bad. Maybe you actually are happy with the pay you're getting. But if you're not, gosh, just take action, whether you're using the resources that my company puts up or or just going it alone, whatever it is, take action, and that's the bulk of the battle. Just get moving forward, build a plan, keep up momentum, don't delay. So don't, like I said, don't just save those jobs in your bookmarks folder for jobs to apply to that you never do, right? Don't do a draft of a resume but never finalize it, or just think about signing up for LinkedIn, or maybe sign up and only reach out to 10 contacts and then never use it again. Put forth a little effort. I think you'll be thrilled with the results, and that's, a lot of times the biggest battle is just getting that first step.